My sister dropped off this wood filing cabinet, and the only instructions she gave me were, make this look better. I'm on it, and those are perfect instructions for me. It's an oak filing cabinet with all wood or wood product construction and brass hardware. The top shows the most wear, and there's a little damage on the right side, but it's right at the top and not really visible. The drawers open well, and the lock works. Time for some work. I've been wanting to try foam sanding pads for a while. I know this won't make my $50-ish sander anything like a Festool or SurfPrep, but maybe it can help. You can order these foam pads on Amazon or Temu, and they fit the Ryobi orbital sander really well. The holes line up perfectly, even better than the sandpaper. These foam pads are meant for sanding rounded details, and this isn't the best demonstration piece, but what could go wrong? The edge here is concaved. There's the slightest dip, and no matter how I try, I can't get the sander to match the profile. It tries, and it's better than without the foam pad, but there's always a tiny gap. I'm still going to try sanding it. I removed the hardware and started sanding with 60 grit. And what ended up happening is that my concave profile is now no longer concave. It's probably more curved or convex, but the 45-degree corner line stayed, and those are usually filed down with my regular sanding setup. So that's a win. Here's the curviest and most detailed part of the filing cabinet. And yes, I'm just gonna start sanding and see what happens. Okay, this curved part, what a dream. Yes, this is what the foam pads are made for. Without the pad, I always got these like flat parts, but this is perfectly smooth and curved. The rest, not so good. I'll be doing some hand sanding here. The most interesting discovery I had is even though this isn't meant for flat surfaces like the side of the cabinet, sanding with the foam pad seemed to reduce the vibrating. It was easier on my hands, and I like that. I wanted to show you what it was like sanding this flat, narrow strip. It only sands the sides because the soft pad hugs or wraps around the wood. I removed the pad to do this part. The sander was now firm again and sanded the way it was supposed to. The foam pad is a handy, inexpensive tool to keep on hand, especially for curved wood like legs or dowels. Not bad. I'm glad I tried it. I don't totally love the hardware that was on the drawers. I don't mind the little label guy, but this pull just looks, I don't know, it looks too rough. It's not finished enough, so I don't love that. And then the lock is super shiny gold, so none of it really goes together, and I'm just not loving it, but it wasn't drilled all the way through the drawer. So if I just patch up the holes, I can put whatever I want on here and make it look a whole lot better. So that's my plan. Oh, I don't have a plan as to what I'm replacing it with. I just know I'm going to replace it. So right now I'm just gonna patch up some holes. Patching and sanding is all done, so I can move on to staining. And I'm using English chestnut because this is from my sister and she said she likes this color. So easy when someone else picks the color for you. Yeah. Four coats of stain later, yeah, I did 4 coats. I just wanted a richer color. And I can move on to clear coat. So I have my clear coat here. I'm gonna add 2-3 layers. And I still have to figure out what I'm doing with the hardware. This is the first time I really struggled with hardware. I don't know what I wanna do. But I'm gonna think about that while I'm applying the clear coat. I've decided what I'm going to do, and it's kind of like I feel bad with this idea, but this is my brass little label that I like, and I found this handle, which is a bit retro 70s, but I like the style of, but the colors are terrible. So I think I'm gonna spray paint them. Yeah, I'm gonna spray paint brass. Doesn't that sound terrible? Ooh. But like, I feel really bad doing it, but I think it's the right decision. So even though, it feels wrong, okay? It just feels wrong to spray paint brass, but I'm gonna give it a try. And you can always strip off the paint, right? The spray paint, I can always strip it off if like I have to eventually, but I am gonna spray paint it. And hopefully it looks amazing. I've sorted out the hardware. The top coat is completely dry, so now I can turn my attention to the top of the cabinet, which is the part that was the most damaged, and I want to cover it in tile. The reason I want to do the tile is that way you can put a plant on it or sit down your coffee and you don't have to worry about damaging it again because, well, it's tiled. And I have this tile, speed tile, that I've left over from a previous project. And if I counted the amount of times that Ralph asked me if I measured to see if I have enough, like it would be in like the dozens. And no, I still haven't measured. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And like really fingers crossed that I have enough because this was my whole plan. I'm hoping. Yeah, it'll be fine, right? Yeah, it's just totally be great. My measuring sucks, so. Okay, praying for a miracle, but let's see how far I can get with this. Speed tiles have an adhesive sticky backing and don't need grout. It's like peel and stick tiles, but made with real stone. See, I do have enough with like the tiniest bit to spare. Yeah, I do have like a little bit of gap back here that's just like the tile's just about 2 millimeters too long, but I think I might just put like a strip of wood here. I don't know, I'll do something, but I'm not gonna let the tile hang over because I feel like it'll just break off. But now, time to install this, like the easiest installation ever. Pretty much just need water. It's great. I have a spray bottle of just tap water and a little tiny, like little squirt of dish soap, and I spray that on the back of the tile, and it kind of like activates the stickiness and helps you slide it into place. So, I mean, really, easiest tiling in the world. Let's take off the backing and spray. And then I just rub it like everywhere with my fingers. So easy. Ooh, and so sticky. Okay, let's get it right into perfect place. Should have done a little more water. Ooh. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, there, nice and tight. Tight, tight, tight. Perfect! Okay, and now I'm just gonna press everything down with my version of a float. To solve the gap problem back here, we have a little piece of trim that I'm going to stain and just glue in place. And then that just finishes it all off. The hardware is ready to be installed, and I am notoriously terrible at measuring, so I'm just gonna ask Ralph to do it. And then it'll be done the first time, correctly. I'm done, and my sister now has an updated filing cabinet. This is way more her vibe. I think those foam sanding pads are a great addition to my sanding arsenal. I totally recommend. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching all the way to the end. For more home decor videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon with another project. Bye! My sister dropped off. My sister... Okay. Flipped over the wrong way. Oh my gosh. Don't let it get stuck on itself. Uh-oh. little bit of a catastrophe here. Ooh, double catastrophe. Okay, gotta unpeel this. Oh, I'm not doing it again. I did it too many times.